Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy. I hope that everybody is doing okay. Obviously, in regards to what is going on right now in the world, I hope that you're all keeping safe and keeping yourself well as well. Today I have a new tutorial for you. I'm drawing a blue tit in coloured pencils, and for this tutorial I'm actually using Prismacolors bar from just one pencil from the Polychromos range. I just felt like getting my Prismas out and actually doing a tutorial with them, so I hope that you do enjoy this tutorial, and as always I have all of the materials listed down below. Also, if you are new around here, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Just hit the bell as well so you get notified of all of my future uploads. Without further ado, I'm just going to talk through some of the processes for drawing this bird in coloured pencils. So as I said, I'm using mainly the Prismas for this drawing, bar from just one Polychromos pencil, which is the black pencil. So I'm just using the black Polychromos because I ran out of the black Prisma. And the first step that I like to do pretty much for any drawing is I like to use the black pencil, and I like to just get in some of the outlines and shadows and dark values. And I mainly start with the eyes first. The blue tit's eyes were quite black, so I started by including quite a lot of black into the pupil and creating quite a lot of value and shadow. I then started moving on to the face of the bird, and the first step that I actually took was I used an embossing tool. It's sort of like a crafting tool, and I used the embossing tool to just gently indent the paper and score the paper. And what that does is it actually helps to preserve the white paper grain, so as I start to go in with coloured pencils, it just helps to preserve like really white little details, and that is good for creating that really super realistic fur and feather texture. I then, for the whiter sections of the feathers or the fur of the blue tit, I included quite a lot of grey colours, because when you're drawing white fur or you're looking at a reference photo of white fur, the one thing that you're going to notice is that there's a lot of grey tones in white fur. It's not just plain white. So I included quite a lot of warmer grey tones, also some French greys from the Prismas, and I just added some of that into the white sections of the fur. And then at the end I did actually use the buff titanium from the Canon Luminance set, and I just lightened up the face a little bit. I also used quite a few blue tones for the blue areas of the bird, and also going on to the sort of yellow breast of the blue tit, I used some yellows. I also used again some warm greys just for sort of like grey and browny hue to the feathers. I really like to use sharp pencils just to get in those really precise details, but also you'll notice me using the side of the pencil, and I hold the pencil quite far down as well just to have a bit of a looser control over the pencil. And what you'll notice me doing is actually using shading motions, and that is just to sort of glaze colours over the indentation lines. So what you'll see is a load of different colours into the breast of the bird there, but as I glaze over the colours, the indentation lines really show through. I also used some browns. I'm using the brown ochre as well for the sort of bottom part of the bird, and that just helps to create that sort of darker shading. I also make sure that I go from light to darker values as well, so I always start with my lighter values when I'm sort of creating fur or feather texture, and then I will move on to some midtones, and then finally I'll start to shade in some darker values as well. And it's really important that you start from light and go to dark, because if you do it the other way around, it's very hard to preserve the lighter areas if you've gone in too dark initially. You also see me using a fluffy brush. This is just an ordinary makeup blusher brush, and I use that just to get rid of any pencil residue, and it just helps with like smudging and things like that. For the branch, I also used the embossing tool to create little indentations on the paper for the branch, and the reason why I use the embossing tool is because it helps to just create that really scratchy effect. If you use the embossing tool and you gently score the paper and make little scratchy lines as you start to shade in some colours over the branch, those indentations again will show through, and it just helps to have a little bit more detail on the branch, especially as we are using Prismas. Prismas are a wax-based pencil. They are very soft, so they're going to blend a lot more and they're not going to be as good for those details. So using the Prismas in combination with the embossing tool really helps to just make sure that we keep those specific little details in the different areas of the bird and also the branch as well. And again, for this step, I like to use sharp pencils because obviously, as I said, we are drawing that branch. The branch has a lot of detail to it, so you want to be using sharp pencils to make sure that you're creating those really specific details. And of course, I like to go from light to dark again. I also like to add in some greens and some yellows just for that sort of realistic element as well. If you look at a tree branch, you're going to see quite a lot of greens and yellows in the tree as well. And that actually just finishes off today's tutorial. This was quite a nice little short one for you. I hope you did enjoy this. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. I'm uploading art videos every single week, so I really hope that you do enjoy all of my videos and you subscribe to my channel as well. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Bye guys!